Good morning. It is Let It Go and Let It Grow. And what are we letting go of today? And that is the Five of Swords. And what are we letting grow today? And that is the King of Pentacles. So the Five of Swords. Swords are associated with communication, conflict, truth, perspective, and the stories that we tell ourselves. Swords are air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And this is Venus in Aquarius today. And what is the King of Pentacles? Pentacles are about stability, abundance, health and home, work, resources, and the physical world. They are earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And the King of Pentacles, earth energy, strongly associated with Taurus, and the mature qualities of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So there is a really powerful shift happening between these two cards. The Five is saying, do I really need to keep fighting with this? And the King of Pentacles is saying, what deserves my time, energy, and investment instead? Today's journey goes from conflict to stability. So we are from growing to prove things to actually building ourselves a strong foundation in the next day. Five of Swords is releasing arguments that no longer need your energy. Swords is about the mental house. So this could be that inner dialogue and that inner argument that you're having with yourself. Or it could be an argument with somebody that you keep ruminating and shifting and playing over and over and over inside of your head with no real need for you to keep doing this. You're burning yourself out, and there is no point in doing that. Burning yourself out is only spinning your own wheels in sand. You are not getting anywhere, and the Five of Swords is saying today, get out of your head and stop doing that. Let go of the need to also have that final word. Once again, a lot of us, I am the queen of the final word. But over the last couple of years, I've gotten really good with just, once again, letting that go. I don't need to be right, and I don't need to be heard last. Sometimes it's just easier to take that stand and walk away. You're done with it. You don't need it anymore. Release resentment that keeps old conflicts alive. Once again, this is that playing that record over in your head. This actually has really nothing to do with the conflict that had happened, but how you're perceiving it and how you are not letting it go, and it's driving you crazy. And you can see the crow there is trying to peck at his head to get him out of his head so that he is in the state of presence and awareness today. And stop replaying those old conversations over and over and over again, those looping thoughts, the what if I had said. And I mean, I'm the queen of that as well. I find at times when you just blank out and are like in the shower or driving or trying to fall asleep and it's like, oh shit, I could have said blah, blah, blah. Let that go. Like what could have's at this point? It's a moot point. It's done. It's over with. And just because you have a sassy, smart comeback 3 years later doesn't make it. What's it doing? All it's doing is burning, once again, your own battery down. Notice when being right is costing you peace. Once again, you got to know sometimes when to just walk away from a situation that is bringing you no joy. This is that point. It's bringing you nothing. It's giving you nothing. Walk away from it. Give yourself that mental peace and give yourself some of that enlightenment in the background there. Once you're able to let go, and you see, it's funny, the swords, the pecking, the constant niggling at yourself, I see this almost as a blood trail, like you're just driving yourself mental. And when you finally reach that peak of, I can't do this anymore, you let go, you release, and that light comes in behind there and actually enlightens you, lightens you up, lifts you up, and gives you that clarity that you need. So let go of relationships where conflict has become the primary form of communication. That's not good for your soul at all. And a lot of times, we get into a state of comfort. This is where our comfort levels is. Sometimes people just communicate through anger and, calling each other's down to the lowest. And there's a point where if you're empathetic or sympathetic, you're not going to be able to handle that anymore. So let go of those relationships. Is it somebody like in your life that's a frenemy and they're always picking on you and they don't feel good unless they've got one up on you? That's time to let that go. And once again, let yourself be lifted up by that light and release the need to make someone understand your perspective before you can move forward. We all see things in life differently. My perspective is not your perspective. How I see things might be absolutely eccentric and bizarre to somebody else. There's times I'm doing stuff in the house, my morning rituals that I do, that I'm like, somebody else would think I'm crackers, right? So they're not going to understand your perspective. They're not going to understand how you live your life, and it's not for them, because on the flip side of that, you might not understand how they live their life and don't necessarily agree with it, and that's fine. You do you, boo, is just what just came up in my head. Like, don't sweat the small stuff, and that, even though you're overthinking it, is the small stuff. Carefully choose where your mental energy is going out, where you're throwing it out. Don't exhaust yourself. Don't overthink. Don't keep yourself up at night. If you wake up at night, try really, really hard not to plug into that thought pattern, because all it's going to do is get churning and worming in there. And that crow is trying to speak some truth at you today and try to pull you into the here and now, into the present moment. The Five of Swords is asking a special question. Even if you win this battle, what did it cost you? How much energy, how much time did you get to go ha 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 for 2 seconds and then it's done? Okay, you're vindicated. Now what? What are you doing with your life? Is that really, can you put that on a resume? Can you carry that with you forever? Are you going to tell that story in 10 years time? Oh, and this person said that and then I said this, ha ha ha. No, just let it go. Don't let it rent space in your head. So for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, the Five of Swords can highlight the tendency to remain mentally connected to a conflict long after the conversation has completely ended. So Aquarius energy can come particularly attached to principles and ideas. Sometimes you absolutely need to stand for what you believe in, but other times you have to recognize, I don't need this person to agree with me. You can disagree, walk away, and still know your own personal truth and how it is resulting and relating in your own life. King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Grow stability instead of drama. So, that's a dog, not a drama llama. You want to just leave this whole thing behind you and just take an exhale and start growing that stability for your own life. And these, when you get caught in your own head, that can knock you out of balance, that can knock you out of coherence, that can lower your vibration. And that's not helping you gain stability at all. That's putting you in a place that you actually don't want to be. Invest your energy, what has long-term value. What are you doing for yourself that is helping you expand your journey, expand your consciousness, helping you plug in and be a better person in your own life? You want to be investing in those things to build that stronger foundation around your work, your home, and your finances. Grow confidence that doesn't require that external validation. You don't need a pat on the back every 2 minutes for what you're doing. Every now and then a pat on the back is nice, but know that you are your own inner cheerleader. Rah, 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 and become intentional where your time and resources go. Allow consistency to become one of your strengths. And that's one of the things that I preach a lot about, is showing up for yourself daily in small, sustainable actions. Where it's growing, when it was growing the marketing business, where it's growing my business now, working with Soul for Marketers online to sort of launch my business in another direction online. So you can't expect to be at the top of the mountain one day. It's a learning curve. There's things you have to plug into, methodologies and information you have to learn. And this all seems taxing, and this all can burn you out as well, especially if you're judging yourself. But this is asking you to take those small actions today and reward yourself for doing it. Congratulate you if you've figured out a piece of tech that you never thought you would. Congratulate you. And remember that wealth includes peace, security, relationships, health, and time. It's the full package. This is the mind, body, spirit, life card. And if one's out of balance, chances are the house of cards is going to get knocked over by the others. So really, really guard your peace and put that foundation beneath you. So much red in the card, and that's exactly what that's for. Building that stable foundation beneath you. I see, roots of the trees, the bricks in a building. Build that stabilization for yourself too, or first. The King of Pentacles doesn't waste much energy proving himself. He has things to build. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the King is speaking to your natural ability to create something through long-lasting patience and consistency and practical actions. Earth energy can sometimes stay invested in things simply because it has already invested so much. I don't have much Earth in my my rising or whatever, but that's pretty much my code. If I give you time, which is why I ended up in digital marketing for so friggin' long, like I just wasn't really willing to give up because I had invested so much of my time, energy, and stuff trying to learn this. That I wasn't ready to concede and say, you know what, this isn't for me. I knew this wasn't for me within the first probably 3 months that I shouldn't be doing this, but I'd committed to trying to learn this. So that's all about knowing when you feel that you've invested too much time, money, energy, and years. And the King is reminding you today, past investment doesn't all automatically require your future investment. Different journeys. Learn the path that you're on. So allow yourself to redirect your resources to something healthier. So this is where mind and physical health come in. So it's switching from how do I win to what am I building? The Five of Swords is keeping us tangled in old arguments, resentments, competition, and the exhausting need to prove our point. And then the King walks in and has completely different priorities. He isn't interested in winning every battle. He knows that the stability and building something secure for him is the way to go. He wants something that lasts. And the Five of Swords says, they don't understand me. They don't understand what I want to do. And that gets back in your head. And then the King of Pentacles says, do they need to understand you? What is your actual journey? Are these people coming on the journey with you? They don't need to be there. That may be today's deeper medicine. Argument costs something, time and attention and peace and energy and those resources. And perhaps the actual question today is whether or not the situation deserves more of this precious energy. Five of Swords is releasing the battle. And the King of Pentacles redirecting that energy instead of proving yourself to build something, instead of replaying the argument, tending to your own garden. Your peace is valuable, so spend it wisely. The message for the day is release the battles that continue consuming your energy that should have ended long ago, and grow the stability, abundance, relationships, and life that you deserve your attention. You don't have to win every argument. Sometimes the greatest victory is realizing that you rather have your peace. Where are you continuing to spend your energy on conflict, personal situations that may no longer deserve it? And if you directed that same energy towards building something meaningful in your own life, where would you invest it? And that is it for today. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.